So 3 reasons your shopping ads are failing. Your shopping ads are failing because you are missing some critical steps. In this video, we dive into the 3 main reasons that your shopping ads are failing. Also, make sure that you stick around for the entire video, as near the end I throw in an extremely important bonus tip that new advertisers almost always miss. I've been running Google ads since 2018 and I've seen so many mistakes when it comes to Google shopping ads. The tips I'm going to give you today are some of the biggest mistakes that I've seen. Not only am I going to tell you what the mistakes are, I'm going to help you and show you how to fix those mistakes. First mistake that I see, not using conversions properly. With shopping ads, we need to have some proper conversion tracking set up. Without this, you are essentially wasting your money and time. It's not always possible to have perfect conversion tracking. We need to at least have it set up in a way that tracks the right conversions. We also need to know how to look at this data. I'm not going to go into how to set up conversions. However, if you're using Shopify, I highly recommend Simprosys. I'm not affiliated with them. They don't pay me anything. I just really like their app. They do a great job and they have amazing support. Their app is just really effective in setting up conversions, even enhanced conversions. That's a topic for another day, but we won't get into that now. It's not only the setup of conversions on your website that can cause you problems. You may have set your conversions to track everything instead of what is important. I see this a lot of times. Clients will come to me, they're tracking page views, form submissions, everything. Important or not, when I ask them what is important in their business, they might tell me that sales are the only important metric. So this tells me that we need to really work on only tracking conversions. So why are we tracking page views and form submissions when we should be focusing on tracking a sale? Maybe having add to carts, maybe having checkouts, because those all will add to the sale. But having other things like page views aren't going to add to that sale. So we don't want to be tracking these. But you can always go into your ad and turn this off by making it a secondary conversion instead of a primary conversion. This way you can see your sales in the conversions column, and then you can see the add to carts checkouts in the all conversions column. It's really handy. If you have a lot of conversions, this is my favorite tool in Google Ads. It's called the segmentation button. Well, at least that's what I call it. It's a button and it has segmentation on it, so that's what I call it. If you use the segmentation button, you can separate your data into conversion actions. This allows you to see all the data laid out in different areas of your ads. For example, you can segment things in your search terms and get a really nice view of what terms turned into sales or were used to add products to cart. Lots can be done in segmentation, a lot more than we're going to cover right here. Let's move on to the second big mistake. Bidding is too high or too low. I find that most people don't understand what too high or too low really is when it comes to bidding. Some people that come to me complain that they have no traffic, but they also have really high CPC. When I dig into this, I see that sometimes the problem is that the CPC is actually too low. The way you figure this out is by using a few metrics. These can be metrics that can be found in your columns. They are search impression share lost to budget, and search impression share lost to rank. Budget is pretty self-explanatory. However, rank is a bit more involved. Essentially, rank is a combination of a lot of different factors that help Google determine where to place you in the bidding. And this is a bidding auction. But for us, we can narrow this down to whether you have a high enough bid to be shown. So if you are losing a lot to rank, then likely your bid is too low and it's too low to be shown. This can be affected by how aggressively your competitors are bidding, your product price, your quality of your site, and speed of your site. There's a lot of factors. The biggest one is the bid, and that is one that you can control. Before I go further, I should probably just tell you what search impression share is. Essentially, search impression share is the amount of potential traffic you could receive. So if you have 30% search impression share, then you are only getting 30% of the potential traffic. Search impression share combined with rank and budget should all equal 100%. If you add them up, it's a bit of a tug of war. Raising bids with a small budget might lower the rank, but will increase the budget. So ultimately, where we want to bid is going to depend on the budget. Sometimes being limited by budget is completely necessary. However, in most cases, you can probably try lowering the bids until you're getting the most out of your budget. The third one is to do with negative keywords. As always, I find many different problems under this one topic. Sometimes people add too many negative keywords, and other times people don't even know what a negative keyword is. In either case, negative keywords are super important. Adding too many might seem like an odd statement, however, it's true. People add too many negative keywords. I've seen accounts with thousands of negative keywords. Some are great, and some negative keywords cause huge problems. Some of these keywords were blocking tons and tons of searches that might have been very effective for that brand. An example of a problem with your negative keywords, let's say you're selling running shoes and you keep showing up for the very broad term like shoe. This term in itself is horrible. No context at all. Who knows what the person is trying to search for when they just type in shoe in the search field for Google? So rightfully so, you add it as a negative keyword. Instead of adding it as an exact match, you end up adding that as a broad match. This broad match is now very powerful as a negative keyword. In fact, it will block anything that shows up with shoe in the search. This is very bad for a business that sells shoes. No longer will you show up for, I am looking to buy a black running shoe, or I want a Nike shoe with white soles. These terms may have been great, but you've blocked it. So to fix this, go through your negative search terms, audit what you have added, look for broad and phrase match, and really question whether it is a good idea to have that in there. Both broad and phrase can be very powerful. Exact match is okay to add a lot of them, but sometimes it is like playing whack-a-mole. You may actually want to add a broad or a phrase to fix a reoccurring problem just to save yourself some time. Going back to my example, if you wanted to fix this example, you would have to add shoe as an exact match. This would prevent shoe from showing up, but not cause problems with other search terms that may be related. As my bonus tip, I wanted to talk quickly about the setup of the shopping ads. Most people don't set up their ads in a way that is effectively controlling the search terms. This is critical and can sometimes be the number one reason for failed shopping ads. Having things set up in tiers so that you can control different bids for different terms can be very important. This is a big topic that I couldn't fully include in this video. However, I made another video that goes into the step-by-step process on how to do this. Click on the video on your screen in order to learn more about how to set this up.